What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is the birthstone for June, which is the pearl, is what we're going to be looking at today. There are two others, there's the moonstone and there's alexandrite, but this one we're looking at the pearl. It holds a quite unique place in sort of crystals and gem world, in that it is one of the only gems to be created by a living organism, and even within that very exclusive group, it is the only one to be created by an animal. Things like amber are created by plants, by trees. So yes, very unique, and because of that, automatically comes with pretty high price point, and then obviously deliberately farming them to get them to be a specific color or the perfect shape just heightens that price tag further. Speaking of their colors, they can be, obviously most notably, they're sort of a white opalescent color. They can also be dyed, especially when they're being cultured, they're dyed. They can be dyed black, purple, pink, brown, blue, green, or yellow. Black pearls, which can be found in nature, but are often cultured because they are so hard to find, are not actually black in color. Rather, they are a dark shade of blue, purple, green, or silver. They can be a very dark silver color. Obviously, saying grey sort of takes away that like sheen that it would have, but essentially it's silver's just grey with a sheen, if we're honest with ourselves. They were once found in many parts of the world, but are now basically confined to the Persian Gulf near Bahrain and sort of in the Indian Ocean. In fact, Australia still harvests natural pearls in the Indian Ocean. They own one of the last pearl diving fleets. Go us. And most freshwater cultured pearls come from China, and South Sea pearls, so saltwater pearls, are cultured in the Philippines, Indonesia, and along the northwestern coastline of Australia, which is the same coastline that goes directly onto the Indian Ocean. So it would make sense, if they've got a fleet there to go out and find natural ones, that they'd also be farming them in the same place, so all the pearls just come out of one location. In many cultures, pearls are a symbol of innocence and purity, so June babies, you sort of carry that with you, whether that's you're using that to mask your true intentions, I see you Geminis, or you actually are innocent and pure because you're a Cancer. Pearls are symbolic of that, and because of that, obviously it's quite traditional for brides to wear a string of white pearls on their wedding day. Mainly therein, the pearls are specifically white because white is symbolic of innocence and purity, hence the white dress as well. So yeah, now I've got another page right here, just so that this isn't a super short one that doesn't give you a whole heap of like answers and stuff. Pearls rank among the most popular gems in the world, and rightfully so. I mean, finding a valuable gemstone inside an oyster, not something to scoff at. Kind of makes me want to go oystering with my mates, just on that off chance. They obviously have a very serene beauty, and can make perfect complements to flashier gems. Obviously, pearls and diamonds sort of ranking up there as far as romantic gems are concerned. Diamonds also being quite popular. Yet they also possess an elegance that can shine alone. Their distinctive appearance and watery origins have inspired pearl symbolism and lore for centuries. We're going to get into some of that. Pearls, specifically or especially the freshwater varieties, can occur in varied and unusual but beautiful shapes. However, soft, white, lustrous orbs, more commonly found among saltwater pearls, have become an idealized standard. Of course, this shape strongly evokes the moon, which is the ruling planet for Cancer, and then obviously it being a water, we're coming into our first water sign of the cycle, so it makes sense that the pearl would be here. Not surprisingly, many cultures have made lunar associations with pearls. These connections are further reinforced by the moon's association with water, which is obviously where pearls come from. In ancient Vedic texts, the pearl is born of the earth's waters and the heavens' powers, fertilized by a flash of lightning, which is kind of cool. It's considered to be the daughter of the moon. In Western cultures, the pearl has astrological associations with the planet Venus, which obviously sort of helps reinforce its status as one of the romantic gems. It also, between this and the rose for this month, they're very romantic people in June. But it's odd because our closest sign ruled by Venus is Taurus, and that sign ended last month, so almost made the cut for having a stone and a sign. But anyway, the reason it's associated with Venus is because, like pearls, the goddess of love came from the sea. Obviously, there's the very famous painting, The Birth of Venus, where she's standing there, sort of in the nude, covering her bits, standing in a clamshell, and obviously pearls come out of mollusks, so oysters, clams, mussels, those sorts of things. So essentially Venus herself is, in that sense, a pearl. And we are looking specifically at Venus, not at Aphrodite. She has a similar but different origin story, where she was actually just created by sea foam, and sort of brought to the shore by two ichthyocentaurs. Not to get too deep in the mythology though. Due to their shapes, pearls have another watery association. Some stories say white pearls are tears shed by the gods. One legend says the tears Eve cried when she was banished from Eden turned into pearls, which would only make sense if the Garden of Eden was an island, unless they're saying that when Eve cried, she created her an ocean all to herself. But I've read Genesis, and the oceans were created before Eve, so don't exactly understand how that goes. If somebody does understand, please let me know in the comments. Happy to learn more. Today, as we noted before, natural pearls are extremely rare, which obviously, because capitalism, increases their price point. The search for the perfect pearl, whether natural or farmed, has gone on for centuries. In fact, evidence of pearl cultivation goes back to at least the 13th century, so the 1200s. The 1200s. In ancient times, the expense of perfect pearls gave rise to a curious spell for increasing wealth. The caster would select a perfectly fine pearl, infuse it with the desire for riches, and then throw it away into a rubbish heap. The idea behind this sympathetic magic practice was that someone who could throw away pearls was rich indeed. The rarity and expense of pearls also contributed to some common expressions still used today. So for instance, it's got one here in the Bible, Matthew chapter 7 verse 6, admonishes against throwing pearls before swine, wasting what is valuable on fruitless endeavours. We still commonly refer to precious advice and counsel as pearls of wisdom. It's probably a more notable one than pearls before swine. Pearl of wisdom. In the millennia before permaculture, which I'm assuming is the farming of pearls, pearls were very hard to find and harvest. When wisdom is given, treasure it like a rare pearl. Pearl's association with the moon and Venus seem to reinforce the popular perception that it's a feminine jewel. Mineralogist George Coons, in his 1913 work The Curious Law of Precious Stones, made this comparison between diamond and pearl. The diamond is to the pearl as the sun is to the moon, and we might well call one the king gem and the other the queen gem. The diamond, like a knight of old, brilliant and resistant, is the emblem of fearlessness and invincibility, likely due to the fact that it's the hardest mineral on earth. The pearl, like a lady of old, pure and fair to look upon, is the emblem of modesty and purity. The idea isn't limited, however, to chivalric notions from over 100 years ago. Western culture still associates the colour white with innocence and purity, which in turn is associated with weddings. As white gems, pearls remain popular gifts for bride. It's even said pearls can keep newlywed brides from crying. I wonder if that has something to do with its association with water. Maybe. Furthermore, as the traditional June birthstone in Western cultures, pearls have another popular link with the idealized month for weddings and brides. Which, for being completely honest, I did not know. But June weddings, apparently. I suppose in the Northern Hemisphere, it's like the middle of summer, everyone's sort of out living life. You kind of want that to be, yeah, okay, I get it. Spring solstice is still sort of when I would get married. But hey, it's the traditional month, or the idealized month for weddings. So even today, despite concerted marketing efforts, pearls are worn commonly by women but rarely by men. However, keep in mind that although this association of pearls with particular ideas of femininity is strongly ingrained in our cultural psyche, it wasn't always so and need not be. In ancient times, kings wore ropes of pearls as a mark of wealth. Again, probably because in ancient times they were hard as hen's teeth to find. And now this pop-up won't go away. Few gems are as varied in shape and colour as pearls. This particular article continues. This is our long one, isn't it? Yeah, this is our long one. Thus, it's not surprising that pearls of colours other than white have also inspired legends. In Polynesian lore, the god Lono. I hope at least one of those pronunciations was correct, otherwise I apologise. Regardless, he came down on a rainbow to a princess carrying black pearls with him as gifts. The black pearls, with their beautiful iridescence, were imbued with the colours of the rainbow. We get the word iridescence from the Greek god Iris, who is the god of the rainbow. There is actually a Greek god of the second rainbow as well. Her name's Arche. It's cool. But there you go. Bit of etymology for you. Traditionally, the Chinese love golden pearls, believing they bring prosperity and luck. Chinese artworks often depict dragons holding golden pearls in their mouths or claws. And in the Dragonology series of books, the Chinese lung dragon, its egg are perfectly spherical eggs to sort of invoke that image of pearls, and thus the pearls that they're holding are actually their eggs. If you want to go by that belief. I'm gonna, I think, maybe leave it there, but we've got another little story there about pearls and Chinese dragons. There's pearl symbolism and the soul's journey, if you want to read that. Question whether or not pearls are unlucky, because of the violence associated with removing pearls from their natural abode. I mean, look, actually, you know what? I just had a little quick look, and they're the last 3 bits, so we'll breeze through them. One early Chinese myth related that pearls fell from the sky when dragons fought amongst the clouds. Another myth states that pearls originated as raindrops swallowed by oysters. In one ancient title, a boy found a miraculous pearl. When placed in a jar with just a bit of rice, it filled the jar with rice the next day. After his neighbors discovered this, they tried to steal it. The boy swallowed the pearl to protect it, and as a result, became a dragon, which is kind of the coolest superhero origin story I've ever heard. So the symbolism and the soul's journey in many ancient Asian cultures, the smooth wholeness and seemingly magical appearance of pearls in such lowly life forms as oysters indicated the presence of divinity. The pearl represented the journey of the soul or spirit along the path to perfection. In ancient burials, mourners placed pearls in the mouths of the deceased. Since pearls apparently contained the principles of life, they hoped they could assist the dead in their journeys beyond. Mourners also decorated burial gifts and clothes with pearls. This seemingly ritual act may have started as a practical act. Pearls are among the first materials used for beads. Their natural bead-like shape made them easy to use for decoration and yielded lovely results. And then, as I mentioned before, because of the violence associated with removing pearls from their natural abode, which are obviously living creatures, has given pearls a reputation as being a little bit unlucky. However, most of the superstitions surrounding the unluckiness of pearls go back to the ideal of their purity. Any pearl jewelry with malice or jealousy in its past built a reputation for bringing bad luck to those sharing the same traits. If given in love with a pure heart, a pearl always symbolizes purity, fertility, and the cycles of life. So you can actually use pearls for a little bit of dark magic. Not that we recommend that on this channel, but you can. That is, you can. That's a possibility. Anyway, that's all I've got for this video. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and also ring that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. Leave a comment down below if you're a June baby. Let me know if any of the symbolism or any of the lore behind the pearl sort of resonated with who you are as a person. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. And until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.